Hello there. Welcome to day one of our Live Your Own Story exploration. Again, my name is Phoebe Miller. I'm the founder of nOMad, Always at Om, and I am here to guide you on these next 21 days together to set your intentions and step into a new life that you are ready to live. And you are here most likely because you are ready for some sort of change. And this might simply be you have this ritual of setting New Year's resolutions, and you would like to get a new perspective on how to actually fulfill your change that you set out to do every year. Or maybe it's something even bigger. Maybe it is a shift in your life that you are ready to make, but you're not quite sure how about doing that. So I will be here to help guide you and set you up for success to live whatever that story is that you are setting out to live. So what I'm going to do here today is talk about what is ahead for us and how we're going to go about doing that. So what is ahead for us is that we are going to take the next couple of days in setting our intentions. So I gave you some homework already to fill out a roadmap. It came in with the first email that you received. If you haven't already gotten that, you will get that. So you'll take some time. I say it takes about 20 to 30 minutes to fill that out. This is going to give you clarity on what it is you actually want in this next year ahead of you, for you. What we'll also be doing is, as we gain clarity on what we want, we'll be looking back at our old habits. Perhaps there is a situation or a certain relationship that you constantly are dealing with, and they show up as some sort of obstacle. We call these in Sanskrit and yoga samskaras. They are our deeply habitual patterns. So they are patterns that we are constantly getting caught up in and not quite sure how to break out of, whether they're mostly unconscious. We're replaying situations in or different sort of relationships that show up with one person or multiple people, but they're this certain kind of situation that is very familiar to you, and you might always be asking yourself, why does this always happen to me? So we'll be looking back at these old habits and focusing on, bringing them to our consciousness first of all, and then kind of setting up a roadmap to success of how can we start to shift our way of getting out of these habits. Once we've accomplished that, and this isn't going to be something that you just check off your list, but just doing the work of bringing it to your consciousness, this will be a practice that you'll continue on way past your 21 days, really. But once we've kind of gone through that section, accomplished that, what we need to do in that section, we'll shift over to a different way of thinking. So we, as human beings, are wired for negativity. Back in the caveman days, we were set up to fight or flight for our lives. Literally, everything was a threat to our livelihood. So we have in our bodies this fight or flight. The adrenal glands were there to, or are there still there to, kind of look at a situation and ask ourselves, is this something that we have to fight, have to run for our lives, or freeze in that moment to save ourselves? And because now that we're in this modern day world where not everything is actually a threat to our lives, but we're still programmed. So this brings out fear. This is basically why we don't go about doing what we're doing, because everything is risking our lives, whether it be conscious or unconscious. There are fears that are holding us back. So once we've kind of, again, looked back at habits and looking at our ways of thinking and how we talk negatively to ourselves to keep us in the safe place, this is when we're working in the sympathetic nervous system. We will start to shift our way of thinking to bring ourselves more to our sympathetic nervous system, which makes us feel a lot more safe, a lot more calm, and make better decisions that are going to attract more of what we want, rather than just what will keep us from in survival mode. Okay, so We'll be using the tools of the online studio. We'll keep all of these talks that I'll be sharing with you to help guide you, but also working on these tools of asana, which is the physical practice, meditation, and pranayama, breathing exercises that will kind of help shift you into a working from that parasympathetic nervous system so that you feel a lot more calmer, a lot more positive, and can begin that process of attracting more of what you want in your life and make better decisions that are truly aligned with what you want and who you are, rather than just going back to your old ways of surviving so you can thrive. Very cool. So again, that's kind of what we're going to be doing the next 21 days, is getting clarity on what we want, looking back at old patterns, and then shifting our way of thinking to attract more of the what we want. Okay. How we're going to be using our tools is, again, we'll have this roadmap. I'm going to give you the next couple of days, and I'll to work on this roadmap and gain clarity. I'll talk about that in your homework assignment in a moment. We'll be using the tools to kind of look back at old patterns of journaling. I'll give you a couple of writing assignments to kind of start to bring up those unconscious patterns to the consciousness so that you can start to make better decisions on, is this necessary? And then the third tool will be working from the online studio. So working on using physical practice, breathing practices, and meditation practice to really start to shift your way of thinking to more, again, of that law of attraction of what you want. So those are the tools that we're going to be using pretty much the next 21 days. Your homework assignment here today is to fill out that roadmap. So again, if you haven't already, download that, print it out. I really highly suggest writing it down. There is something really magical about putting your pen to the paper and creating already. That act of writing is the process of creating that call to the universe of what you want, call to yourself of what you want. So write down what you want. What is your calling in life? What is your what are your goals for 2016? What have you accomplished in 2015? This is really going to give you clarity on, again, that new life that you're ready to live in. Once you have written down, and again, if it's more available to you to type it, absolutely, that's fine too. But once you've taken that time to fill that roadmap out, the second part of that assignment is to record yourself. So I suggest you can do a video, you can do any sort of audio recording of yourself. If you are old school and don't have any sort of device to record your voice, dedicate some time every day to read it out loud. Okay, this is a very important piece to the puzzle. When you take time, and so you're going to record it so that you have it, something out loud of that roadmap, you're going to dedicate every day to listen to that roadmap. Okay, I have been doing this for about a month now, and I have got to say it has really shifted my way of thinking. Again, the writing down of what you want, it's a call, the initial call to the universe and to yourself of, this is what I'm asking for. But then as you start to listen to your own voice, it's basically you're convincing yourself that you are worth it. You are ready to make these changes in your life. So if you can set up a ritual, again, that's the third part of your assignment, is to set up a ritual to listen back, or again, read out loud back this roadmap to yourself every single day. This can be in the morning when you wake up in the morning, getting ready for your day. This could be at the end of the day, winding down, laying in bed. This can be on your walk to work or in a car to work. This can be sitting quietly in a very, more formal meditation. But it's important that you are putting aside every day to listen to your own voice, telling yourself that you are calling to the universe these questions, these intentions, right, for what you want in your next year ahead. So again, this is your homework. Fill out the roadmap, record the roadmap, and then begin to set a ritual, a daily ritual for you to listen back, or really dedicate that time to read back out loud your roadmap so that you are already going to begin that process of shifting your way of thinking to I can't really do this to I can do this. I will do this. I can accomplish this. I will accomplish this. So I will be back with you on January 2nd, and we'll see how you've done in terms of that homework, and I'll start to give you some other new little exercises. So fill out the roadmap, record it, start that ritual, and then also, fourth thing, if you haven't already, join nOMad's online studio. It's my.nomad, always at om.com. You'll fill out, sign up for your first 2 weeks are free, and then you can decide if you want to do a monthly thing or a yearly thing, which I highly suggest doing the year, because you are going to get full access to all of the videos that we're going to be doing the 21 days. You can always go back throughout the year and kind of jump start again if you lose your path to come back onto it, and then you'll always have access to the asana, the meditation, the pranayama exercises that I'll refer to you in these 21 days, but the entire library. We're be updating and adding new content every single month, so you'll always have access to that. So go ahead and sign up for that, and then once you're signed up for nOMad's online studio, again, my.nomad, always at om.com, then I'll give you access to the Facebook group, which will also be a huge tool to kind of connect with other people on this path, and we'll be kind of our own, each other's cheerleaders. You know, we can share our experiences together and root each other on. So that is going to be a really wonderful tool for you guys to have. So that's about it. I will be checking in via email and Facebook to make sure you're all doing your assignments, and then I'll be back with you formally on January 2nd to see how you're doing and to start to move you forward. Okay, so Happy New Year if we don't formally get to see each other like this before then. Namaste, and thank you so much again for joining me here and allowing me to witness your story unfold. I look forward to meeting you and hearing and watching that story unfold, but then also that opportunity to help guide you on this new life that you are setting out for. So again, thank you so much. Namaste. Have a good one, guys. Ciao.